Marvin Harrison Jr. may have just changed all of college football and the future of every college football player. I'm being 100% serious. Harrison Jr. was recently drafted 4th overall by the Arizona Cardinals. He is an elite wide receiver talent. His size, speed, insane catch radius. I'm telling you, it's as if scientists created this man in a lab. Maybe that has something to do with the fact that he was created by a Hall of Fame receiver, his father, Marvin Harrison Sr. But that's definitely not why he was taken 4th overall. There's no nepotism here. He's a 2-time first-team All-American with at least 1,200 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns in each of his last 2 seasons at Ohio State. So of course, Cardinals fans went rushing to NFL.com to get their new Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey, but unfortunately, it was nowhere to be found. Then they went to blow off some steam and play some Madden, start a new franchise with their beloved Arizona Cardinals, and to break 40 tackles with Harrison Jr. because, you know, that's just what happens in that game.
Touchdown!
But they pull up the Cardinals on Madden, with Harrison nowhere to be found. Lastly, they want to get a signed Harrison Jr. playing card. Actually, who the hell's still collecting trading cards? So the reason fans still cannot buy Marvin Harrison Jr. jerseys, play him in Madden, or buy signed cards is because Fanatics, a company that sells exclusive athlete memorabilia, is currently suing Marvin Harrison Jr. for breach of contract. Now, because this is one of the best times for jerseys to sell, being right after the draft when fans are full of excitement about their new top prospect, which also means the company and people that were going to be making money off those jerseys aren't. And when people stop making money, you know what that means. Time for a lawsuit, alleging that Harrison agreed in the summer of 2023 to provide Fanatics with autographed cards and his participation in promotional activities. The fact that they have their skivvies in a wad over signed trading cards just absolutely breaks my brain. These guys still think the Brady Bunch is the #1 show on television. Nobody this century really cares about trading cards anymore, especially for football. Now, this lawsuit isn't just about if there's an agreement between Harrison Jr. and the Fanatics, but Marvin Harrison Jr. and his father Marvin Harrison Sr. are claiming that the deal that the Fanatics struck is with the official Harrison Collection, a company that sells signed Harrison memorabilia. But they say that that company does not represent Harrison Jr., and that the deal was in fact signed by his father. Marvin Harrison Jr. also signed an affidavit stating, "I was never requested to, nor did I ever, sign any document that personally obligated me to do anything." That's a pretty bold and direct statement. Fanatics disagrees with this, however, even alleging that they made payments to Harrison Jr. both in August and October of 2023. Whether or not there was a payment, and if this payment was in particular to this agreement, is still to be seen. So as I was editing this, there was just a huge update that just happened this morning. Fanatics have refiled the lawsuit, amending it and adding Marvin Harrison Sr., now claiming fraud allegations in addition to breach of contract. They say that Harrison Sr. aided and abetted Harrison Jr.'s fraud on Fanatics, saying that when the Harrisons revealed back in July in their sworn affidavits that it was actually Harrison Sr. who signed the contract with Fanatics, that Harrison Sr. intentionally signed the binding term sheet in such a manner in order to lead the Fanatics to reasonably believe that Harrison Jr. was the true signatory, when in fact, he was not. Now that is an absolute bombshell of an allegation coming out of Fanatics. This is definitely more than just a misunderstanding now. Now, a lot of opinions have been going around about this, what these college deals exactly are, wondering why this is the first time a player has truly held out of one to this extent. It's probably best said by a former player himself, Kurt Benkert, on the Pocket Presence podcast.
He probably is not missing out on a lot of money marginally at this point, considering what he's probably already made in college. And most college players sign this because they've come from college with no money. For me, when I was in college, coming out in the NFL, I signed a deal with Panini, and I think I made $80,000 signing rookie cards. I had to sign 20,000 rookie cards.
Oh my God.
Basically how it worked was I had 10,000 cards that I had to sign at $4 a pop. That was the first part of my deal. And this price per sign was negotiated based on where they believed you'd be picked up, what market you might go to, team, whatever. And so I was heavily incentivized to get that deal done because I had no money to my name.
So it looks like a lot of these college players just sign these deals right away for some quick cash, but Harrison Jr. is the son of a Hall of Famer. And not only did he not need it, he had the wisdom of his father and saw them as quite unfair. So now they're doing the smart thing by waiting until the value of his likeness increases, which means that he can get better deals. And the fact that they're making this such a big deal with the lawsuits and the headlines, I think it's a huge mistake, because this could spell big trouble for Fanatics. The last thing that they want is for more and more players to find out about this and start doing this as well. With the NIL allowing players to now make money, I'm sure more and more players will follow Harrison's lead. There's a reason why only 58 underclassmen elected for the NFL draft this past year. That's the lowest since 2011, because guys aren't feeling the need to immediately elect as soon as they think that they can get drafted. Unless there's something that I don't know about, maybe the NIL has fixed in a Fanatics agreement, but I don't think that actually exists. I did try to look it up, but I couldn't really find anything about it. Either way, these guys are going to be rich as f***. But hey, I'd rather a player get more bread for his work than a company.